Week 5, that you? What's going on, everyone? Nery Rodriguez here with the Garden Statement. Yes, we're getting ready for Week 5 of the New Jersey high school football season already. Week 4 giving us some great matchups. Winslow will tell you when they've had enough. The Eagles score a huge win over Millville. And heading into Week 5, over 40 teams remain undefeated. We have a Wake Forest commit from one of those teams joining us, as Somerville, Rumson-Fair, and Piscataway join the show later. Lots to get into, but first, we have to recap the game of the week for Week 4, the greatest rivalry in New Jersey high school football history, Don Bosco versus Bergen Catholic. Yes, we were on site for the 80th meeting in Oradell between these two storied programs, and these two not disappointing. First half battle of the Dantes. Dante Kane drawing first blood for Bergen Catholic, giving them a 7-0 lead after the first quarter. However, Ironman battling back as Dante DeLuca gets in for the 3-yard run, and we're knotted at 7s heading into halftime. And every possession in this one crucial. Later, third quarter, Bosco with a bad snap, and Benjamin Carey taking advantage of some fresh cookies. And how about this one for the big man? It's a scoop and score, and Carey making it rain as BC goes up 14-7. The excitement taking an unfortunate turn later in the quarter as Don Bosco quarterback Devin Sisler hit while sliding. He would remain down for some time but eventually stood up, but Bosco not hanging their heads. Dante DeLuca getting in for his second touchdown of the day. He ties it up at 14 midway through the third quarter, but Bergen with a gut punch. Dom Campanelli to Brian Porter. What a grab to put the Crusaders up 21-14 to end the third. And BC pushing that lead to 10 in the fourth quarter as Gaetano Bartolomeo knocking down a 41-yard field goal. Hopes seem to be dwindling for Bosco, but Dylan Rona finding Isaiah Alvarez for a 12-yard touchdown would bring them within 4 late in the fourth. The Ironmen recover an onside kick. However, this one ending in heartbreak as the Ironmen look for the double pass. Rannick Dorles's pass going to be picked off by Minnesota commit Naeem Parrish for some fresh cookies, and that would do it. 24-20 your final. The 80th meeting of the rivalry, not disappointing. That's back-to-back wins for BC over Bosco as they improved to 4-1 on the year. They earn a hard-fought team win, and we caught up with our player of the game, Naeem Parrish, and head coach Vito Campanelli after. All right, I'm here with our player of the game, Minnesota commit Naeem Parrish. Tell me, how does Villa get this awesome win over Don Bosco?
It was great. They came out here and played their hearts out. We just ended up on top, but, it wasn't our best game, but we fought it out, and we got the W, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, emotions high with this one. Obviously, 80th meeting between you guys. It's, it's the rivalry in New Jersey. They lose their quarterback. They're fighting there at the end. Just talk about some of the emotions and how are you able to keep cool throughout this whole thing?
My DB coach, he emphasizes don't get too high, don't get too low. So, everybody in the DB room, that's what we maintain, and we try to emphasize that every day. Whether it's we just got an interception or we just got a touchdown thrown on us, we learn from it, we get better, and we keep our emotions in check.
You give up the score, you give up the onside kick there, and then it comes down to you. What was Coach kind of telling you there on that final drive?
He just knew that they had to throw the ball. They weren't running the ball very well on us, so it got to crunch time, and we knew that some trickery was coming on. So they went like a fake screen, and I saw him wind up like he was about to throw, so I got in my pedal and broke on the ball and ended up catching an interception, which ended the game for us.
Coach Vito Campanelli has to be able to get this big win over Don Bosco.
It always feels great. It's always an amazing rivalry. I like to say it's the best rivalry in America, right? And it is a great addition to this one. I mean, the kids played really hard on both sides and just really fortunate and feel great about coming out with a win.
Wild fourth quarter. I was just talking to Naeem. Obviously, that you give up the score, the onside kick recovery, and then he comes up with a big defensive play. What are you kind of telling those guys there going into that Bosco drive?
I didn't have a second to talk to him. It was kind of it was just like rapid fire, get right back out there. I think like the veteranship of the defense is the thing. Like a kid like Naeem Parrish who's been a 3-year starter, and Jordan Thomas who's played a lot of football in the secondary. Ethan Cohall who's going to be an Ivy League player next year. Just those guys, they have so much experience at doing this. Felt really good. I thought we did a pretty good job getting some pressure there, and obviously he has amazing ball skills. He's as good of a wide receiver as he's a DB. Just he's an elite DB, but that was a big play.
And obviously a lot of emotions in this one. We had, you had the other quarterback, you had Devin Sisler leave. How do you kind of corral the guys and control emotions in that moment and just throughout? It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate play with Devin. It's certainly not a malicious play on our guys. It's just, he's going fast, slides late, and, it kind of like you're breaking down to fit a tackle, and then the guy, you're going through his hips, and next thing you know, you're going through his head. So, unfortunate play. I'll definitely reach out to him tonight, make sure he's okay. So, but really unfortunate.
Well, hard to top that, but we do have some exciting matchups heading into Week 5. But before we preview the schedule, let's get to our interviews where we meet a Rumson-Fair Haven Bulldog that joins the 5,000-yard passing club, a Piscataway Chief that ties a national record, and a Wake Forest commit hailing from undefeated Somerville. All right, our next guest is the driving force on a shocking Piscataway Chiefs team. Let's welcome in Jahai Johnson. Welcome for joining us.
Thank you.
So tell me, brother, the Chiefs are out to a 3-2 start this year. What's been working for the Dan Higgins crew over there at P-Way?
Hey, whenever we trust our coaching and we practice hard, this is the result that we get. I feel like we should personally be 5-0 right now. But, I think we needed those 2 losses to really humble ourselves and make us understand that we need to work hard in order to get what we want. I think that we took those 2 teams for granted that we lost to, and that's the reason that we lost. We made silly mistakes that are easily fixable, and I think we're gonna start rolling towards the end of the year.
For sure, and I was fortunate enough to see you in your opening game. I can't lie to you, Piscataway Manalapan wasn't one that I had circled. It's been a while since I shown P-Way some love. Little disclosure, I actually filmed the last P-Way state championship at MetLife, but it's been a while, so I had to check you guys out. Obviously, you had that huge rushing touchdown. I was intrigued with you guys, just keeping up with you. I saw that you actually tied the national kick return record. Congratulations, man. Unfortunately, came in a loss, but just talk about that real fast, and in terms of that, what you learned from that game in Bridgewater where you did so good, but you guys also kind of, came up short.
What I learned is that I think that week in practice, we kind of had them crossed off, and we kind of took them for granted, and we came in there, and what we learned was that you can't take any team for granted, and everybody's going to play you tough. So in that game, personally, I was just trying to keep my team in it, hope for the best, try to, we couldn't get them off the field. They kept scoring on us, and we couldn't stop them. So what I learned that game was that when we take practice seriously, we're a better team. And I think that week we didn't practice too hard, and it showed on the field on a Friday. And after that, we learned from that mistake, and from that point on, we just started practicing really hard, and we're getting the results that we want.
For sure, and you're taking on a very good South Brunswick team this past week, and congratulations, you shut them out 25-0. What was that week of preparation like? And just take us through that game versus the Vikings.
Well, my linemen that week were going at it all week. Like all week in practice, they were hitting and everything. I knew it was going to be a good week based off of practice that week. And before the game, our coach showed us a 2004 tape of Malcolm Jenkins and all those NFL guys when they were in our spots, and he told us that he wanted a goose egg on the field, and we went out there and we got it for him. And I think that this week, personally, after doing that our team confidence and our team is ready to run through any of our next opponents. I feel like we're really going to build off of that win, and we're going to go far with this thing.
That's awesome. So coming into the year, I know I had you guys, I had my rabbit ears up for you guys. I had heard some good things. I know you had a couple question marks at quarterback.
Yeah,
But right now it looks like you are one of the teams to beat right now in the Big Central Conference.
most definitely.
So just talk about what the vibe's been like since, in the preseason up till now, and how are you just kind of trying to keep calm that you're kind of rolling here.
Well, we knew that this year we were going to make a statement. We knew that we were one of the better teams from our past 4 years. It's finally been 4 years of like a team rebuild since 2020 when we didn't play. So we knew like our team has a good chemistry. We've been playing with each other for a very long time. So we knew that we were going to be a very good team. But we also knew that we were going to have to like humble ourselves and practice and take it day by day. You can't just look forward to all the big results. We got to take it day by day and keep getting better. So right as of right now, we're just continuing to get better every day. We want to get better every week, and we just want to take it one game at a time. We can't look down the road too far. Just got to keep taking it day by day.
And senior year, I see you've embraced that leadership role, to the fullest extent. Hats off to you.
Yes, sir.
What were kind of some goals that you set for yourself this year, and what was just kind of the mindset coming up into 2024?
My goals this year, like definitely personally, I wanted to get 1,000 all-purpose. I wanted to lead my team to a championship. I wanted to bring this Piscataway culture back because Piscataway is known for winning championships, and I wanted to definitely be a part of that legacy. And I know that with this team that we got right here, that we can definitely add to that. And I definitely wanted to just bring some hardware home to the hometown.
Yeah, and you speak about, kind of the tradition there at Piscataway. It's been a little while since the Chiefs have raised some hardware.
Yeah,
It's a great community. That's why I love, staying, just kind of checking back in and staying involved.
definitely.
And shout out to Coach Higgins,
Yes, sir.
his son, and Coach Jerry Wilson, who's probably the best mental coach any team would be blessed to have. This man,
Yeah.
he does things behind the scenes that are just way bigger than football. Just talk about what it's like to put on that spear every week and just represent P-Way.
I mean, it's amazing. I mean, like the culture there, the focus sticker that we got on the spears. I mean, the people, the fans that come out, they show love no matter what. I mean, even when we had a really rough freshman year, we went 0-8, the fans still came every week, and it's just great to be a part of the program. I mean, Coach Higgins, probably the best head coach in New Jersey, in my opinion. He's like Nick Saban of high school football, if you ask me. So, I mean, it's just great to play for him, great to play for those fans, and great to be a part of the culture.
Yeah, and Coach Higgins, he's a one-on-one, just a great man outside of, just being a good coach. So this week, you take care of South Brunswick, one storied program, and now you have another big one on the schedule. I know it's
Yeah.
probably not their best year. Sayreville is 2-3, but what do you think coach is going to be stressing to you guys about this week of preparation? And what are you kind of expecting from the Bombers?
Oh, well, I mean, every year we take Bomber Week like a little bit more different than any other team. Like our coach, he doesn't like the Bombers at all, and we prepare for them a little bit differently than everybody else. It's a little bit higher intensity. It's like a playoff game, honestly. Like when we play against the Bombers, we know they're going to give us their best. We know that they're going to play us tough, and we know that it's going to be like a championship game all over again. Because every year it goes down to the wire. It's always down to the last minute of the game. And I already know this week's going to be very intense. And we go to them this year, so we know it's going to be a game. We got to silence that bomb because every time they score, you hear that bomb go off.
Yeah, that cannon, man. I wasn't prepared for it my first time. My ears still ring just thinking about it.
Yep.
So great, great, theatrics from Sayreville as always. But
Yeah.
yeah, just looking at your stats real quick, man. You got 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns, and like I said, what do you got? A pick six here, got
Pick
2
six,
interceptions, and
three,
3
three
kick
kick
return
returns. Yeah.
touchdowns, man. So obviously, you still got a lot of football left,
Most definitely.
but so far, with the vibes and obviously the early winning here, what's it going to take for this P-Way team to stay focused at the task at hand and be successful, hopefully in a late playoff run?
It's really just going to take for us all to play for each other and everybody do their individual job. When everybody does what they're supposed to do, we play our best football. But I find that sometimes when we try to overcompensate for each other and try to overdo our part, that's when we start making mistakes, and that's when we start to shoot ourselves in the foot. So as long as everybody trusts their brother next to them and everybody keeps doing what they're supposed to do, I think we can go really far with this thing.
I love that answer. So, you're committed to New Hampshire. Shout out to you. We have a lot of college prospects here in the Garden State. I mean,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
know if you, I don't know what teams and that nature that you follow college and
Yeah,
NFL wise, but we got a lot of Jersey guys.
most
What's,
definitely.
what does it mean for a young guy like yourself to see these guys at the next level and just see Jersey so well represented in the sport of football?
I mean, they're just an inspiration to me. I mean, I just look up to them, and I just want to create my own legacy when I get to that point. And I just like seeing them just helps me understand that I can do that too. And I'm like, when I get there, I just got to make my own legacy, try to make my own mark, and go as far with this football thing as I can. I mean, I just want to be the best player I could possibly be, and definitely represent my hometown and my home state always.
Well, Jahai, I don't want to keep you much longer. What does the rest of the state need to know about P-Way going forward?
I mean, I think the rest of the state needs to just look out for us and keep us on their radar because we will be coming for a trip this year.
That's great. All right, Jahai, I appreciate you stopping by, and good luck this week against the Bombers.
Thank you.
All right, our next guest is the star quarterback for the Rumson-Fair Bulldogs. Let's welcome in Owen O'Toole. What's going on, Owen?
Nothing much. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Doing great. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Rumson-Fair off to a 4-0 start. What's been working for the Bulldogs so far?
Just preparation. We have a really good senior class. Great leadership. Our captains, Jacob Tobias, Jordan Engstreitz, they do a great job leading, and just everyone buys in. And that's like kind of our motto this year. I mean, our motto is it takes more. The last 2 years we lost state finals. So, our goal this year is 13-0 and to finish the job at Rutgers. So we're all locked in.
Yeah, and I was there for that game at Rutgers last year. Some heartbreak to, I believe you lost to Westwood.
Yes.
What did you kind of learn from that loss? Not just you personally, but just as a team going into this year, and how are you kind of using that?
Just head down, keep going. Don't get satisfied. We're a big playoff team. I mean, it's always been that. We have RFH has a ton of sectional finals. Just finishing the job. Now that group championship, group finals are a thing. Getting that done, adding that to our resume at RFH, and it's just never over till it's over.
Yeah, for sure. And you took on a formidable opponent this week in Middletown South, and you took care of them pretty steadily. What was this week of preparation and practice just like getting ready for the Eagles?
Yeah, locked in. I mean, they're a great organization, great football team. We knew we were gonna be tough. It's like a little rivalry now. I think we were 5-5 all time going into it, so now we're 6-5. So just taking them really seriously, no matter their record, and just doing the little things right.
Yeah, and senior year, I mean, I would ask you, on the remaining games on your schedule, which one are you looking forward to most? But in 2 weeks, man, like I said, I was talking to you before, I'm a short conference guy. Without a doubt, it's got to be that Bergen Catholic game. But tell me, man, what games on your schedule are you looking forward to this year?
Yeah, I mean, that one's definitely circled. We talk about it nonstop. It's a thing you just kind of look forward to all year round. I mean, both towns shut down. It's one of the best rivalries in the state. So we're looking forward to it and hopefully making it a rivalry again this year and bringing it back home.
For sure. And people might hear that and think, how could a Catholic school or a private school, have a rivalry with the public? But if you're from the short conference, that's a great game. Just talk about what that rivalry just kind of means to both towns and just, short conference.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything. Bad blood. I mean, outside of football, we're definitely friendly with them, but the minute we step between those lines, it's game on. And that week, that's a big preparation week. We love that game. It's really all you can focus that week. So I mean, we're gonna get through Manchester this week. We're gonna finish that job, and then we're straight to RBC, and we're gonna enjoy it.
That's awesome. A lot of great culture at RFH. Like I said, Keyport used to battle them back in the day. they're on to bigger opponents and things of that nature, and a lot of sectional titles and things of that nature a lot later. And you've gotten great leadership from the Schulte family. Just talk about what it's been like to play for coaches like the Schultes and just playing for RFH in general.
Yeah, I mean, it's our whole coaching staff. Definitely starts with Coach Schulte. I mean, he's the best head coach I could ask for, really. I mean, his dad, he kind of showed me the ropes my sophomore year, and then passed it down to Coach Jeremy Schulte, and he hasn't skipped a beat. I mean, our entire coaching staff, phenomenal. I mean, I work mainly with Coach Corney. He's our quarterback offense coordinator, phenomenal coach. Calls a great game. And I look at all of them as a father figure, but also like a brotherly love there. So we have a great connection between me and every single coach on our staff.
That's awesome, and they're great guys. Always love running into them at the summer All-Star games and things of that nature. So going back to, we were talking about 2020. That was an awkward season. You kind of you're that was your freshman year, correct?
Sophomore year.
Oh, that was
2021 that's the first year I played my sophomore year.
Oh, okay. So I was gonna say, what was it like to kind of see those guys go through a senior year, not really play for the playoffs? But I guess that doesn't really apply for you. So, RFH, they got to the state final last year, came up short, and you still got a lot of football left. But what's it gonna take for this Bulldog team to be successful down the stretch of the regular season and also have postseason success?
Yeah, just taking it week by week. Don't want to know every single week, every single day. It doesn't start. It's not just a Friday thing. It starts on Monday, all throughout the weekend. Just staying locked in, working as a team, and finishing the job.
And you yourself, like I said, congratulations, 5,000 career passing yards.
Thank you.
That's insane, man. You got a couple offers, like we said, Bryant and Maris, to name a few. What are you looking forward to the most about your senior year, though?
I'm just having fun, enjoying it with my friends. That's a great thing about going to a public school. I grew up with all these kids. They're my best friends since I was, I don't know, how little, probably like 4. So, just kind of enjoying it. Each practice day, just happy to be out there. And then game day, just taking the stress off. Playing, like I said, in front of your town with your friends. I mean, it couldn't get more fun.
Absolutely. And before we go, like I said, a lot of short conference talk, but and it's great because New Jersey, I feel like there's so much different like styles of play. The South, parodies the North and things of that nature. And sometimes I feel like the short conference sneaks up on people until you got one of our teams in front of you in the state final. Well, what do you think? Just makes the short conference unique, and what have you enjoyed about playing in the short conference in your 4 years?
Yeah, every game's a playoff game. It's fun playing the short conference. Every kid knows every kid. Most kids are from the town that they play in. So, it's just fun. I mean, the whole town shuts down no matter where you play. Great atmosphere every single time, and the fans love it. The players love it, and it's a big football community.
For sure it is. Well, Owen, I don't want to keep you too much longer. What does the rest of the state need to know about the Bulldogs, and what can we expect from RFH?
Just consistency throughout the entire year. That's gonna be our main focus. Going 1-0 each week, and we don't focus on rankings, but we're gonna keep climbing them, and hopefully bring together a group championship.
All right. Well, I know I'll be seeing you sometime in late November, hopefully December. Owen O'Toole, take care. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Our next guest is a pioneer hailing from Somerville. He's a Wake Forest commit, Terrell Mitchell. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Somerville off to a 5-0 start. Tell me, what's been the secret so far?
Hey, man, all this hard work that we put in the off season is paying off right now. I mean, we're all not satisfied with being 5-0, obviously. We just take it day by day, game by game, and just stack our days.
So I saw you earlier this year. In fact, week 0 to kick off the season. Epic thriller against Hillsborough. We spoke after that. An emotional week for you guys. You lost Jaden, who went down with a knee injury. It's a close proximity game. Is it a rivalry?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So emotional week. Just what did you guys kind of learn from that whole situation? The game and losing Jaden.
We learned what it is to not take everything for granted because obviously something like that could happen. Prayers up for Jaden. He actually just got a surgery, I think last week. Came out really well. Um, we've said this so many times, but we've been dedicating this season for to Jaden because he's unable to finish the season out with us. But he's still there at practice with us. In the locker room, always helping our all of our teammates out. But he's still around.
Yeah, and you showed up big in that game, and it really hasn't really stopped. I saw you had 2 touchdowns in your last one, and you took on a very good Hillside team.
Yeah.
You're going up against the number 1 ranked player in the state.
Hmm.
So yeah, just looking at your numbers here, seven rushing touchdowns for you, 3 receiving. What can you say about your individual play so far this season?
I'm off to a really good start right now. But that wouldn't be done without my teammates and my coaches. I got to give all credit to them because they're helping me make big plays. So all credit goes to them for doing that for me.
Yeah, and you got a great coaching staff over there, Coach Bloom. Shout out to him.
Yes.
You got you guys off to a 5-0 start.
Mm-hmm.
Reminding folks of some
Sir.
good Pioneer teams of recent years.
Mm-hmm.
When Coach Whitaker was there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just talk about because you guys. Let me see. You guys finished. Were you 5-5 last year? Yeah, just talk about the strides that you guys have made since being under Coach Bloom.
Uh, Coming into this season, a lot of people doubted us because of what has happened in the past recent years. But ever since Coach Bloom came in, he's been doing a lot of great things to the program. He's been changing everything. We have our motto: we go by take it, toughness, accountability, knowledgeable, elite effort, and we've put that in our head, and now that transitions over to being in school, being on the field, and Coach Bloom has been doing an amazing job when it comes to bringing the program back to what it used to be.
Yeah, and that crowd's something special. If you've never been to a Somerville home game, you definitely gotta get out there. Playing for such a storied program like this, and were you on the 2020 team?
I was not on the 2020 team.
Okay. Yeah, that was really, that team was something special. Finished
Yes.
7-0. Yeah, just talk about what it's like playing for a program like Somerville and how the whole town literally shuts down to, root this team on.
It's an amazing feeling. It's all love. The community at Somerville is beautiful. It's amazing. They no matter how far it is, no matter what, they'll always show out and they'll show up. And I love the Somerville community a lot. I really do.
So you already had some good matchups this year. Looks like you got Summit, North Hunterdon, Plainfield, and Watchung Hills. Tell me, out of all those matchups, is there anyone in particular that you're excited for?
I am very excited for Plainfield. Plainfield was I think one in the past interviews, when I saw you at the media day, I think that was one of the teams that I was really looking forward to play against. But right now we do have Summit coming up, but Summit is a pretty good disciplined team. They're also undefeated. So right now we're looking forward to, just stacking the days as usual, day by day.
Yeah, and you're gonna have a future in media because you're already getting to my next point. So you got Summit coming up, undefeated
Yeah.
Hilltoppers. They're also shocking some people
Yes.
around the state. What's Coach kind of been preaching to you in practice, and how's Somerville preparing for Summit this week?
Oh, we just gotta be prepared, read our keys, be disciplined, because they are a disciplined team, and just like I really do harp on stacking the days. we make sure that we have a good practice every single day. Uh, being at Somerville, and the way that not like only Coach Boone, but all of our coaches do amazing job preparing us for the for Friday or Saturday in our next big moment.
So we're at the midway point of Somerville's season. There's still a lot of football left, but tell me what is it going to take for this team to be successful late in the year?
Just stay together. We got to stay together. We harp on that here again at Somerville. Coach Boom always says the team, the team, the team. You know, we just gotta stick together and just keep driving. We can't break apart. But that's the good thing about Somerville culture. We've always stayed together for a long time, and that's what we'll continue to do.
Yeah, and senior year, this is your last hurrah. You're committed to Wake Forest. Congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you,
Well,
thank you.
what went into your decision to join the Demon Deacs?
I built a good relationship with the running back coach there, Coach Hunter. He's a great guy. Um, ACC ball, it's a great academic program. I felt like that place fit me, and when I first went on a visit, I felt like that's where my heart belonged. To talk it over with my family. It's a win-win deal. You get great football, and you get a good academic part of it too. So
That's awesome, man. Congratulations again. So, you're going, you're set to play ACC ball like you said, but we're halfway through the football season, and just in general, what are you looking forward to most about your senior year?
I just look forward to going all the way. We really want to get a championship. I really believe so. I really believe that this Somerville team that we have built this year from the off season all the way to now, I really do believe in my team. I think we can make it all the way, and we're going to continue to do that every single day and work hard.
I like that. Now, I know, you interact with me on social media and, NJ Athletics, things of that nature. And I know you're super locked in, but who are some of the teams that you keep up with and that intrigue you?
Uh, I don't really I don't really, don't keep up with too many teams. I'm more focused on just who we have next and stuff. Like I'm more like who we have this week, and that's our main focus up until we get to them. But just in general, there is always some other teams bouncing around that I'll just look at every once in a while. But usually my main focus will always be what we have coming forward for us.
Can respect that. Terrell, before we let you go, is there, any parting words, and what do people need to know about the Pioneers going forward?
I'm gonna continue to say it. We are coming. The Ville is coming. I've been saying that since I think summertime when I saw you at the media day. We are coming. The Ville is coming, and we're gonna continue to do our thing together. So
Absolutely. Actually, before I let you go, because we've had this debate, Caleb, our graphic guy, made a Millville graphic, and he
hmm
put the Ville, and and we share it to make sure there's no spelling errors. And the first thing I said,
yeah.
I was like, Somerville's gonna be in them comments. So when
Oh
people
yeah.
say the Ville, you got to tell me who's the real Ville.
Pioneers are gonna stand on that. We're the real. We are the real Ville. We are the real Ville. We got to stick with that. We've been going with that motto for a very long time. We are the real Ville.
All right, we're gonna have to clip that. Let them know. Well, Terrell Mitchell, I appreciate you stopping by. Good luck this week against Summit,
Yes,
and
sir.
this is definitely not the last time we're gonna be seeing you this year.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Appreciate all those guys stopping by. Before we move forward, I want to give a special shout out to St. Thomas Aquinas running back Chase Young. He did join the show a couple weeks back and unfortunately collapsed during the Trojans game against Elizabeth this past weekend. We hope to see Chase back out on the football field soon. And on a side note, we did also reach out to Devin Sisler to offer our condolences, so hope to see both of those guys back up and healthy soon. Now, we got week 5 football to talk about. Good luck to everybody playing on Thursday. Friday night, Woodbridge and Perth Amboy, Seneca, Hopewell Valley, both the Barons and the Bulldogs looking to stay undefeated. If you're in South Jersey, Delsey at Millville, the Bolts looking for some get back, but Delsey never an easy out. Should be a movie. And how about Bridgewater Raritan taking on Elizabeth? A pair of 2 and 3 teams squaring off in this big Central Conference matchup. The Panthers held to just 10 points in their last one, have been putting up some numbers on offense. I like them in that one. As mentioned, Summit at Somerville, a battle of 2 undefeateds. Loser walks home. Just kidding. I do like the Pioneers in this one though. Piscataway at Sayreville, and North Brunswick taking on St. Joseph Metuchen. The Raiders trying to get in the win column after a rocky start. And if you're up north, how do you not check out DePaul at Don Bosco? The Ironmen are going to be fired up playing without quarterback Devin Sisler, but I do like DePaul in this one. They just got too many weapons. Elijah Burris and Des Jones, the heavy hitters on the outside, complemented by Derek Zammit. And head coach Nick Campanelli and crew always draw up a good game plan. I like the Spartans in this one. And to wrap it all up with an 8 o'clock start time, one of the biggest and most exciting matchups of the year, Phillipsburg, West Orange. This is a rematch of the North Group 5 sectional final from a couple years ago. Peaburg moving down to Group 4. We got 2 exciting quarterbacks to look forward in this one, as Jet Genovese leading the State Liners. On the other side, Bucknell commit Charlie Lamort leading West Orange. And I expect to see a lot of high school football fans at this one. Give me West Orange. Jumping to Saturday, 2 Super Football Conference matchups that are worth checking out. Seton Hall Prep at St. Peter's Prep, as well as Pope John at Del Barton. Seton Hall Prep and St. Peter's Prep both trying to avoid losing 3 in a row. I like the Pirates in this one though. And as for Pope John and Del Barton, it's been a tough road for the Lions, and I don't think it's going to get any easier this week. I expect a Green Wave win. And the Hun Raiders continue to put on for Jersey. Shout out to them. They are 5-0. They take on Blair this week, a great prep school matchup if you're in the area. I mean, no one's ever in that area, but definitely check out Hun and Blair on Saturday. Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Garden Statement. Wherever you're headed this weekend, please drive safely. Give us a like and subscribe, and let us know below what you thought of the show and where you're heading this weekend. All right, well, for NJ Athletics, I'm Nery Rodriguez.